Hello.
Hey everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon
and me, Banshee. What
and
the heck, Mr. O?
and my little spider friends.
Oh, January girl has joined us. Hi, JG. Well, do you want to explain yourself, Mr. O?
That's impossible.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I've been trying to use different things to kind of hold the cards and frame them better, and maybe possibly keep Sunny the cat from laying on them. And so I thought, oh, maybe this will work. So we're gonna try that out
I
today.
give
We're
this
gonna try that
just
out today.
moments. As soon as a cat comes up here, that's going to get knocked over. Who wants to bet me on that one?
So what do I see over here?
Well, I just want to wish happy birthday again to my mom, whose birthday was today, 104 years ago. She left us at 88 years of age. It's been a while now.
And I
And
know I've said it before, but I have to say it again. She's got those Betty Davis eyes. Or the Joan Crawford hairdo of the 40s. She's a lovely woman back then.
May is kind of an interesting month for me and for us because not only my mother's birthday, my father died in the month of May when I was 10 years old, and it was a very I don't know, it was a very interesting year for me all the way around. And as a matter of fact, after my Dream Soul story comes out earlier this week, on May 23rd, I will be premiering another one, which is relating to the year he died. Very momentous year in my life. I really would appreciate all of you joining me for that one because the story is
That was
pretty
1967, right?
amazing.
The year that later on was the Detroit riots and or
Excuse
uprising.
me, the Detroit Rebellion.
Right.
We don't use the term riot here, but that's what it is known as. However, we use the term Detroit Rebellion. So, at any rate, I have lots to share about that year. The other thing is that this weekend is the weekend three little angels came into our lives. Sunny, Sassy, and Shadow.
That's right.
6 years ago.
6 years ago, approximately
this
now.
weekend.
Yeah. So
So
naturally,
very,
they're not here to revel, which may be a good thing. We don't know.
but they will be getting a special treat from me later.
That's right. So, are you going to do your spiritual reading for
Yes,
the moment?
yes, I am.
Okay.
And how's everybody doing? I hope everybody is well and taking care of themselves. Don't want to hear about any sicknesses out there. Hope everything is going well. We are doing okay. We're going to get hit up with some rain today. They say it's going to be a lot. Mr. O, I'm going to let you pick one, and I'll explain what deck this is. Can you with your glove?
My gloves on, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that what was-
Transform.
Transform. And this deck is, you can maybe just show the book to it, The Whispers of Healing Oracle Cards by Angela Hartfield, and the artwork is by Josephine Wall. And so did that card have a number on it, Mr. O?
35,
Okay.
which from a numerological point of view reduces to 8, which is a sign of infinity.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so can you feel the importance of what is happening for you right now? You are in a phase where just about anything is possible. To achieve transformation, you must really think it is possible. Believing in yourself and your abilities is the key to creating the change being shown to you. You may have wanted a certain outcome, but not really believed it was possible. To achieve the desired changes in your health, be willing to make changes to your behaviors. You do some things out of habit, some because of the way you were taught, and others because they are easy. Try a new approach to create your change. If needed, get a buddy to do this with you. This could be anything from eating healthier to taking 10 minutes walks or learning a new hobby. Reinforce the changes you're making in your life by enlisting the support of your family members or someone you know who will cheer you on. Repeat the much prized changes to form new positive habits. As you start having success, you will develop an unshakable conviction that you will get to where you want to be. A multitude of butterflies and fairies watch as a young woman prepares to release the butterflies in her dome. Butterflies must set aside everything they once knew to accept a new way of existing. They symbolize a readiness to let go and encounter transformation. The lightning striking the dome helps to clear away any doubts or resistance to change. The fairies are a reminder of the magic and support that is all around you. There is always hope for a brighter tomorrow. And that's what I leave the collective with today. We're done. Bye-bye. No. Just kidding.
And I wanted to say thank you to the comment about my accessory. I imagine it could be that, but it could also be my stylish little scarf there, or my white gloves accessory. So whichever one, that's great.
And today, funny, we talk about transformation. I'm wearing a butterfly, but this is my mother's. I wanted to bring her here today in spirit. She was very much into divination, as I explained when I showed my workplace mood altar for Friday, last Friday. And I'm wearing some red because guess what? Where's that moon today? The moon is in Aries. My kind of time.
Nothing can stop you now.
Well, thank you, Yolo. Thank you for those thoughts. And thank
And
you,
Angel, and January Girl, and everyone,
all
thank
of
you.
you for being here today. I want to start on a kind of serious note, though. I think we should make a point of
Yeah,
this.
we wanted to talk about something that happened,
Yes.
right? Mm-hmm.
Last Thursday at the end of our show, there was somebody who asked a question that was kind of unusual. I mean, you might want to look that up. I'm sure you people might want to go and check that part of the
They had
stream
actually been in the
out.
chat room most of the evening.
And they were very kind and nice, but
Yeah.
at the end they ended kind of roughly and felt they wasted their time with us. And they asked us kind of a question in a trick way. And I just want to say, we're just tarot readers. We are intuitive to a point. We can have bad days or we can have bad readings. It will happen.
We're not drop dead psychic.
No, we never
We're
profess
tarot
to be.
readers.
And we try to give some guidance and wisdom. And you know what? If you don't like it, and it's free, by the way, too, right? What we're doing right now is all free. So if you don't like it, click off, turn the channel. Don't make me block or hide you like I did to that person, and I will do again. I'm just saying, it's Moon in Aries. Don't tempt me.
The Banshee has spoken.
But generally, we have such a wonderful audience here, and we really appreciate
You guys are the best. Thank you.
Well, hi, Himani. Welcome. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you, Esoterics. Appreciate that. So let's talk about our cards.
I will, E.T. He knows.
Oh, yes.
Got a little of my mom in me.
So we're going to talk about our decks. I'm using the Nefertari's Golden Tarot again. And I'm also going to use my Karma Tarot. Nice picture of the devil there. And my Navigator's Tarot of the Mystic Sea, which I really love. This one's kind of esoteric. And that's the Nine of Wands there. What do you have, Banshee?
Well, what do I have indeed? Today I mixed it up just a little bit. I kept the Everyday Witches Tarot by Deborah Blake and Elizabeth Alba, the artist. I like it a lot. And it's just so fun. It's a fun deck, and it's great, I think. Obviously, at the Samhain time of year, but also now because it's whimsical and it just seems like a summer fun thing. And summer is coming. I also have the Forest of Enchantment Tarot again, which I really love. It's a borderless deck that I like. You will notice that seems to be a theme with me here. I like the borderless decks, but some that have borders of sorts I still like, and that is, I brought back out the Ciro Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. Minus the
Beautiful.
Palace cards. I don't use the Palace cards, but I love this deck. And so that is what I have. And for my Lenormand today, I am using my new, I showed it off on Twitter this morning, Healing Light Tarot. and it's by Healing Light Lenormand. They also make a Healing Light Tarot, I found out, and I don't know why let that one slip by me, by Christopher Butler. So we're going to try that today and see how it goes. Hey, Gina!
Thank you, Himani. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate ET's comments and Angel's comments as well, and everyone who's thinking that. We really appreciate all you guys. So, we just wanted to say that because normally people like that don't really get us a whole lot. But this was something we had to actually think about afterwards because it was so divisive and sneaky how they were doing this, disingenuous to the max.
I think.
But we're going to let it go. We are.
And it's interesting because if I look at some of the cards I drew for that person, I sort of did sense something that I did not say because it really didn't relate to their question. But now that I look at what came down, it seemed very appropriate. And also, I didn't say what they said I said about them, so it's really kind of weird.
Hi, Gina. This is an adult show, or yes, it's actually a family show. It's a clean show. If it was an adult show, yes, the crystal ball might come out. I don't know.
That was so fun this morning. Oh, jeez. Anyway.
We were talking briefly, Gina, about somebody that was kind of trollish on our late Thursday night cast, and it was disingenuous. If you go there, you may still see that chat, but maybe Banshee will take it up later on Twitter with some folks if they ask.
Well, I want to give it a benefit of doubt. They said they were from overseas, and maybe it was a communication issue, but I really don't think so. So, and it was just kind of weird. I mean, it could have been worse. We've had much worse as far as trolling goes, but I'm not going to put up with it, period. So, like it or don't, you have the choice to find other tarot readers on YouTube.
So the gloves are off. The gloves are off.
Okay. We're ready and raring to go, obviously. Hey, Bonita, lucky you got in first. So we'll take your question right now, and I'll go through the list.
Gina.
We have Bonita, Sunny, Angel Mary, welcome to the show. YOLO, Merwin, Esoterics, Patton, Libra, Angel R, January Girl, and Gina. And Himani, stay if you're still here. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. That's really great to see you again. Indeed, Gina.
You guys
indeed.
make us laugh, all of you. You're so much fun. So, we're waiting for Bonita, right? Mm-hmm.
Well, what you missed about what we were discussing, Gina, was just a weird Thursday show thing. So it was at the end of the show, and I removed the comments, which really weren't all that bad, but I just kind of wanted to remove the person. So I did. And maybe they'll be back under another identity. Who knows? We'll just take it as it comes.
I'm having a technical problem with my... We have Bonita's question. So did you want to go ahead and pull your deck out? Yeah. Some of my cards mixed together. I think I got it. Okay.
All right. We're going to throw 3 cards on that, Bonita, and see what comes out on that. Let's see what we have here. Well, thanks for that. Any support is welcome. Pardon me?
Oh, nothing. Jump in a gun.
I noticed the CATS are not here.
One is in the little kitty bed over there.
Well, anyway, Gina, I don't know if you missed it, but this is actually 6 years to the weekend that we got our 3 cats. So we're celebrating that as well.
Our first card is the 8 of Cups reversed. The second card is the Devil.
Wow.
Very hermaphroditic tarot or devil. And then our final card is the 6 of Cups reversed.
There's some interesting energy here for sure. Okay, so you say that this is a letter from a past person, and it looks like you must not have ended well with this person, maybe because the Six of Cups is reversed. Like there's some negativity from the past, perhaps related to this person. The Eight of Cups reversed is interesting too because, reversed because it's kind of like, to me anyway, the way I'm looking at the Eight of Cups is like, kind of like somebody coming back, so maybe they're coming back to stir up some trouble or to make some waves. And with that Devil card there, that certainly is not a happy sign. What do you say, Mr. O?
Well, I agree with you with most of those things. This is something about the past coming back, and I'm thinking that with the Devil card, maybe this card is showing that maybe they have some addiction to you, that maybe they're really your codependent or
I like
feel
what
that.
you said. Maybe it's some kind of lingering attachment, whether it's because of some anger issues or something else. There's an unhealthy, and I would call it an unhealthy attachment.
Indeed. And then, of course, I'm noting too that you mentioned a past connection with the Six of Cups. And of course, when we look it up right, this is that crazy Karma Tarot. It's the Mona Lisa, which is no surer sign of something from the past. And of course, the Mona Lisa, culturally represents an ambiguity of sorts, that little smile there. But with the Six of Cups reversed, maybe what it's telling us is that things are just not exactly what they seem to be once again. And so I would just caution you to watch for this person because I'm getting a vibe there that's looking like maybe they're needy. It's a needy thing too, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this new Lenormand on it, see what we get. I'm not feeling very good about this. I think they have ulterior motives for sure. So be wary, and if you don't have any good reasons to stay in touch with this person, my advice at this point, depending on what I see here, is don't. Well, this is interesting because I have the book and I have the fish. And I got the book first. To me, it seems like you're going to find out something. Something's going to be revealed to you. And I don't know if it already has in this letter that you've gotten, but it seems like maybe more is going to come out. Maybe this is just the beginning, this letter.
How do you look at the fish again?
Well, the fish is about, different things. It can be about abundance. It's positive in a lot of ways. It's about flow, things flowing to you. It could even be about blood disorders if it was a health problem. So to me, I'm thinking that it has to do with more information coming to you, more. It's more. You're going to learn something from this.
I do question whether or not they're somehow trying to have some sort of situation with you again, whatever kind of relationship it was or whatever one that they're thinking of. I think that's partially what it comes down to, and that more information will come about that they may actually reveal this.
Well, or I sense they're going to try again. Maybe they're trying to goad you into something. But I think this might not be the last you hear from them. So my advice would be to not encourage it. If it's not something you want to see, do what you can to not encourage this. Because it seems like if you do, more of this will follow. That would be my advice.
Right. I mean, to me, I just use symbols of the fish from my perspective. And so I'm thinking like fish, a school of fish, they're just sort of conforming. They're just moving along and they're not necessarily individualistic, and they may have some group drive or some animal or instinctual drive that's moving them. It's not necessarily rational or good.
Yeah. So take care, B. Watch your back on this one, I'd say. I don't see anything like danger, but the devil's not a very positive thing. There's lots of things associated with that. And if you want to cut that tie, don't encourage this.
Yeah, and it shows you do have the power too, really, with the Devil card. It really is a matter of you understanding and recognizing that and removing those chains because they're not really that tight. They're just really sort of by yourself. And that's the nature of codependency with this person, perhaps. I don't know. Okay, that's what we got.
Okay. I noticed Angel said if we do get to him, he just wants to know how the weeks ahead look. And Angel, what we will do is if you're not with us, we will post it to the stream. So you'll be able to, watch the video and see it there.
Sounds like a plan.
So sunny day, you are up. And Benita, that's what we had for you. So good luck with that, really.
You're welcome.
Hey, sunny day. Is it a sunny day where you live? Because it is not here.
Yeah, it's a little gloomy out there.
It's gloomy and drizzly right now, but we're expecting a deluge later. It's supposed to go on from tonight through part of Tuesday.
Ugh.
Ugh is right. There goes my walking.
Don't want my basement to leak.
No, that too. Yeah. I sadly saw people from the condo association looking at our tree out there, and there was a bunch of people, and I was kind of worried about it. I wonder if they think that's part of the water problems here, and they're going to chop it down, which I would be mortified. I love my tree out there, so I'm very worried about this. Hopefully they'll let me know so I can have a say at least.
Sunny, are you with us? Because
Hey, Sunny.
we are looking for you. And if not, we will just put you down at the bottom and you'll probably
I'll
come
go
up
through
again.
the list again while we're waiting for Sunny to respond. It's Sunny right now, and then Angel Mary, YOLO, Merwin, Esoterics, Patton, Libra, Cusp, Angel, Rivera, January Girl, and Gina.
And Patton has also indicated that he isn't necessarily here for a reading.
Oh, okay.
But it's always nice to see you, and we appreciate you saying hi.
Patton.
Thank you.
I hope things are getting a little better in Britain there. I'm getting worried because we're starting to open up some things here in Michigan slowly, but the auto factories are going back to work next week. They claim that they have a lot of protection things in place. They're pretty confident. I hope that's true. And I really appreciate companies that are going that extra mile and doing what they can to keep everybody safe.
So I think we should move on from Sunny. They may show up again, and then we'll get them later in the program.
Well, I'm sorry, Sunny Day. We will go move on. You were second, but we will move on. And put you under Gina. Oh, hi, Avinash. Welcome.
We will add you to
I will
our
add you
list.
to the list. Right now, we are on somebody named Angel Mary, who is new to the show. So welcome to you, Angel. And we'll take your question right now. And then we have YOLO, Merwin, Esoterics, Libra, Angel Rivera, January Girl, Gina, Sunny Day, and Avinash.
I just pulled that for myself, the Ten of Pentacles. I hope that's a good sign for me.
It looks like a good sign.
It does.
Does it not? Did we use your deck last time?
We used the Karma, and we have
Oh,
Angel's question. We can use one of yours if you want.
Yes, we will.
Alrighty. Okay, thank you for your question, Angel. Mary.
No, that is sad. But this is interesting. I wonder if it's here for a reason, guys.
What?
Well, I put my totem animal tarot away, but apparently one card did not get in there. And it's the High Priestess card.
Well, that one would be right at home with the other spiders here.
How ironic.
Oberon's going to play with spiders.
Yeah, well, might as well keep it there for now. I'll have to put it back in its...
Attack of the plastic spiders.
Okay.
Calm down, Oberon. Calm down.
Okay, Mr. O.
Okay, let's do Angel Mary's question.
All right, then.
Instead of my silliness.
Yeah, that is your favorite card. I remember you saying that somewhere on Twitter, I believe.
The moon is a favorite card. Spiders are not a favorite critter.
The moon, that's the High Priestess.
Oops, I'm sorry, the High Priestess. Well, that's a favorite card too. But it had a moon on it, didn't it?
I have a,
Didn't that
it
card
does
have a
have a
moon?
moon
Yeah,
on it,
see,
a spider
whoops.
web, and a spider.
Covering all the bases there.
Indeed. Here you go, Mr. O.
Mr. O.
Okay.
Ooh. And we remind everybody that, of course, tarot readings and predictions are for entertainment purposes only. Wink, wink. But seriously, if you have medical problems, we really shouldn't be the ones trying to diagnose you. The same with most questions of a particular expertise, legal, otherwise. So that's that. Alrighty. So we have 3 cards. We have the 3 of Swords reversed. We have the World. That's beautiful.
It is. Yeah, I like
Beautiful
that
card.
one.
And that's upright for us. And then we have Strength reversed.
You know, I'm not getting a lot about them personally, Angel Mary, but if I had to say something personal, about them as a person, I feel they're very worldly, like they might be well-traveled, they might also be highly successful individual, but they might be coming from a place of, where they had to do some healing, like they might have some emotional scars. That's what I'm seeing with the Strength and the 3 of Swords reversed. They're coming and they're healing, but, they've been battered and, it has taken a toll on them emotionally.
This could also mean, too, that this person who may be your future has had maybe at least one significantly, bad breakup in a marriage or a relationship. These cards do sort of express that, but I think they also epitomize, especially this one, the healing aspects, that this is a person who maybe feels like they're undaunted, that they know true love is out there for them too, in a way. And in some degrees, the Strength card can kind of represent that. I think they're still healing. That's what the Strength reverse card says, is they are still healing their heart. But I think that ultimately they are looking to be back out in the world, looking for perfection, and that may include you.
Right. And, I noticed we have 2 major arcana cards here, and we have 1 sword card. So, it's possibility this person could be an air sign. I sense that also maybe physicality is not their strong point, but their strong point might be more intellectual based.
I can see that. I think that there's something about them that does speak to a passionate nature, though.
Okay.
But I don't know that it's directed specifically in how they operate in their emotional landscape. I think that they can just be passionate about things that maybe don't necessarily have to do with their feelings for people, like they're passionate about their job or they're passionate about their family or, something else. But strong passions, hey.
And I do feel that I believe at the time that you connect with them, they will have achieved a pretty good level of success in their life.
Yes, the card does seem like the card more likely of a successful person. So I'm thinking, and like I said, the only thing I can tell you is that it seems like maybe they have been married or had a really strong relationship. Maybe it was for years and it broke up. And they're at a point now where they've been working on healing themselves. So I think they're still a little bit off in the future, but I think that this is a person who has a strong heart and is a strong person. So I'm hoping that works out for you. We're going to pull a Lenormand to see if
it can add
any
anything
other
to the
text or
equation.
clarification there. So, Divine you didn't get a notification. This has happened with a few people before, too. You might have to go back to our channel and just check if there's a notification bell or button you have to press. I hope that helps. I know that on Thursday it seemed like we had a problem with our YouTube. The chat, this was before the other problem at the end. The whole chat room dumped and we had to reboot the whole system. It was like a half an hour in and different people said they couldn't get the signal or that there were different things going on. That was Thursday.
This are really interesting because look what I got here again, Angel Mary. I have drawn the Sun card in the Lenormand, and this card is like, it looks like Crossroads. It's the Path card. And basically, I think that you're going to be meeting this person when either you or them, and I'm thinking it's them, are, that person is at a crossroads in their life. See, they're coming out of a bad experience, but they also have achieved the success. Things have really started to look up for them. They're definitely on the rebound and in a good place because the Sun is nothing but success. So I really feel that this card is indicating to me that they just by, I don't know, a flash of intuition here more than the actual card meaning is that they're at a crossroads in their life.
And I get that with the crossroads. Mary, Angel Mary, I don't read Lenormand, but I work with the symbols. And the Sun to me sort of is about finding out things, but the Sun in other oracle systems like Tarot, it's success.
It is here too.
But it's also about, in Tarot, it's more about finding out something, and or it's about knowledge, and or it could be a sign for marriage. So I'm wondering if these symbols are what I'm picking up on, is that this will happen. I don't know when. I can't really say when. I don't know. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't sense.
But it is
here.
what I think is happening for you at some point. It's a beautiful thing. It looks beautiful.
I hope that helped. I hope that gave you some insight and something to look forward to.
Alrighty.
And thanks for joining us. And if you subscribe, you'll be notified, hopefully.
Well,
seems like there's some glitches when we go live, but we go twice weekly.
Along that line, Divine, I also know too, a friend of mine who does business stuff has been talking about a couple of bots that are showing up on people's pages. One is called Logan. These bots may be trying to hack channels, so I don't know if that would pertain to you, but I'm just wondering if different bots or different situations might be curtailing some of the YouTube stuff or interfering with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had just recently started getting this want to be friends from this person named Logan, and then he read something somewhere where they specifically spoke about this Logan. So, as being a bot. So, it's a jungle out here, and who knows? Everything's kind of wacky now that everybody's using the internet so much, too. Things are kind of breaking down or delaying and all kinds of stuff. But hey, YOLO, you are up. Oh, thank you, Angel Mary. I really appreciate that. That
really
was
very
nice
sweet.
Of you.
Thank you very much.
YOLO, and then Merwin, Esoterics, Libra, Angel, Rivera, January Girl, Gina, Sunny Day, Avinash, and Divine You. And YOLO, thanks for joining us today. Aww.
Well, we've been doing it for so long.
Not this, though. It's been...
No, not this.
Really, relatively, we're newbies at this. But it will be a year and a day and a few months.
It always seemed like it was destiny in a way, though. Because
so?
for years we always read for each other.
That's true.
Sometimes we read alongside each other. We would sit and I would look at your readings and ask you questions, or you would do that with me, and we would talk about each other's readings. So it was always really going to happen for us.
Maybe. Is YOLO still here?
YOLO, I'm going to type their name in.
Maybe they are busy typing their question.
We'll give them another moment, and then we'll see what happens. We've been really fortunate because we don't feel that we've been excessively trolled or whatever by people. Maybe it's because we just haven't really achieved a large enough audience yet, so we're not really being noticed.
That's true.
Yet. That's okay with us, And I don't know how folks who have larger audiences, if they do live stuff, if they have those problems or not. I imagine some do. I think our son has told us about that a little bit. He may have some larger audiences on occasion.
I guess
we're going to move on. Yeah, sorry, YOLO.
So we are on to Merwin. I'll put YOLO at the bottom of the list. Merwin, you are up. And then Esoterics. Patton, if you want a reading, you would be next. Libra, Angel Rivera, January Girl, Gina, Sunny Day, Avinash, Divine You, and Yellow.
Oh, which deck should we use for that?
Oh, well,
Should I use a Navigator one?
sure.
Okay, we're going to use our Navigator Tarot of the Mystic Sea. That beautiful one. It's kind of esoteric. Great Granny.
Oh,
That sounds like a really cool story, Merwin.
well, we'll see what the cards tell us.
Yes, I noticed that Sonny the Sun Man was sleeping upstairs in one of the other rooms. There's a small bed there that he likes, so he was there. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. Cut.
Oh, was there a mention about the cats? Because I didn't.
No, I'm just
Oh, okay.
intuiting that maybe people are wondering, it's so quiet. Where
I
are the
know, where'd they
cats?"
go? It's very unusual.
So we have our 3 cards.
You went through all this trouble to block them, and
It worked. The Page of Pentacles. Ooh, the 2 of Wands. And the 8 of Pentacles.
oh, they're all upright.
They are all upright. And there's definitely a message there. I'm thinking that number 1, there's a message of perseverance to your vision. Perseverance, study, mysticism, adherence to visionary goals, perhaps. With the 8 of Pentacles, she says you need to learn more, though. I think she says just keep learning. She sees that you are learning, but you haven't really reached that yet. But she has great feelings about that.
You know, it's funny you say that because with the page and the 8, it kind of reinforces that.
Yes.
That there is still much you need to learn. You know, I think is what she is trying to tell you.
And that's sort of with this, though, is that although there is still much to learn, the time is coming. It's really not further away. That the 2 months, she says your mastery is almost here.
you are on the road to success and achievement.
I know he'll probably show up now that we've mentioned him. I think maybe that's why I did it. I don't know. Kind of creepy.
I know.
But, okay, anything else you want to say
Well,
about
I don't
this?
know. I think you almost covered that really well because the 2 of Wands just seems to say, you know, like she's telling you it's only a matter of time, you know, and the time is coming, but open yourself up to more learning and messages, you know. Maybe she's going to be back to tell you more.
Sometimes I feel that with the Page of Pentacles too, it's also about deepening into your own sense of confidence, that there's something deep there, and that this person just looks serenely at their pentacle and they're gazing into it, and it's like they're really assured about what's in their own depths too. And I'm thinking that's a lot of what I feel from that card.
Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because look at that Page of Pentacles there. That's somebody following a path. It looks like it's kind of a precarious path, you know, but hey, that's kind of what the witch path is. You know, we know that there is light and dark, and we have to, you know, walk between.
And talk to animals and live in the woods.
And all that stuff.
So let's pull a Lenormand for Merwin.
Sure. Very interesting cards, Merwin.
There are so many different paths within that whole structure of witchcraft.
Right.
No
Because
one
do we
really,
want to talk about my father's mother?
We will in a minute. No one really owns the word, so you know a lot of the public perception is that they're only evil, but really they were probably the wise women of the village for centuries ago, and then you know authorities were jealous of their power and jealous of their knowledge. They knew herbs, they knew things, and so they became victims instead. They became outlawed and oppressed.
Right, and my father's mother, who was born and raised in Poland, she had a lot of folk ways about her, and some of them were very, very witchy. So I don't know if she was an out and out witch, but
We don't really know. Yeah.
We don't know. But the rumor from my mother, and I will qualify this by saying my mother never liked her. So, it was a typical mother-in-law thing. She said that my grandmother was considered a witch in Poland, that some people thought she cursed a farm and that bad things happened.
And she was observed for sure once, maybe twice, doing things that looked ritualistic or ceremonial. One was with your infant brother.
Oh my goodness, Merwin. I have the heart.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I have the star. Number 16 is a star. The one thing about this deck to get used to is sometimes they put images that, like the ship is its own card. So it gets a little confusing. Is it the star? Is it the ship? Well, I can tell, of course, by the numbering. And obviously the influence is on the star, the emphasis. Wow, she really loves you and thinks a lot of you. She's just showering love upon you. And she has such great hopes for you. She wants you to know that.
I think it's very interesting that there's a heart here that dominates this card, but then there's these 6 little hearts that are stars. If you can see them, I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
you can see
true.
the details.
That's true, yeah.
Those stars are actually little heart-shaped stars, and they're all shining there. And I'm thinking that she must have been a really remarkable woman. I just feel that. And I feel that spirit often stays around and communicates with us. I don't believe that people necessarily reincarnate quickly. I think a lot of times souls need to understand what they did and put it together before they're ready to really move on.
Sure.
Oh, I should mention the little bad dream about your grandmother after she died. Do
Was
you
that
remember
yours?
Yes, it was mine.
Well, go ahead if you must.
Well, apparently it was kind of like one of those things that we didn't talk about a whole lot, but our first couple years we lived together. And so her mom and her grandmother never knew this. And then a day or two after the burial, I had this dream that her grandmother was walking up to our windows and looking into the windows and making aghast signs. I guess it was just a guilty conscience, maybe.
I don't know why.
You're right. I don't know why.
Because we really harbored no resentment towards her or anything.
But maybe it was
so-
her moral. She didn't like us living in
That's true.
sin.
That's
the
true.
point.
Whoops. That was back in those days. That's right.
So we ended up putting a ring on it.
Right. Over you. And definitely. So she's back to let you know that.
I had a great grandmother that I met a few times. She was my father's grandmother, and she was from Belgium or France. I think she was actually from Belgium. And she knew how to make the Belgium waffle cookies. And I only met her a couple times, but she was a really cool lady.
Hey, Esoterics, you are up. And then it would be Patton if he wants a reading, Libra, Angel Rivera, January Girl, Gina, Sunny Day, Avinash, Divine You, and YOLO if they've come back.
Alrighty. Love, hit me. Do you want to use your deck?
I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot.
Alrighty. Let's see what's cooking.
Well, Moon is in Aries, my favorite fire sign. For selfish reasons, of course. Notice I brought out the old red shirt today. Little red stuff, little red things.
Speaking of love, just reminding people that I do a weekly forecast for just the emotional aspects of our life. And those are usually on Fridays. So catch that. It's on our YouTube channel.
And when are you going to be releasing those now?
I'm probably going to release those on Fridays. I played around with a little bit. Like I did it one time on a Thursday afternoon, the day before. And then I released it on Midnight Friday.
Esoteric's got Moon in Aries. All right.
Oh, awesome. Oh dear. What do we got here?
Aw, well, there are reversals. We have the world reversed, which I don't really think is the end of the world.
No, it's
so
not.
to speak. Well, we do have the Page of Swords reversed. And then we have, and it came up in my deck, the Six of Cups reversed. Interesting.
Okay.
So, I guess with love, I don't know if something from the past is going to rear its ugly head. Maybe something you'd rather have left behind. I don't know if this means somebody is going to come back from the past. Or maybe it's possible that you're allowing some experiences from your past kind of hold you back from experiencing the love that you want right now. The world reversed indicates that, it's still a matter of time before it comes to you. It's just not there yet. The universe is not there yet for that.
Well, I don't know how specific this could be or not. I agree with her on the world stuff. To me, the world always means it's like you got a lot of what you want, but you still want a little bit more, and that's normal. But with the Page of Swords reversed and the Six of Cups reversed, I sort of feel like the idea here is that maybe you're dwelling on something that was a faux pas on your part, that maybe you felt you might have said something inappropriate to somebody that you were, vibrating to or resonating to, or that maybe you did something tacky or something happened, and maybe you're really more like you're questioning yourself about that. It may be that other person does not perceive something inappropriate. On the other hand, they might, I don't know, but I do think it's more likely that you're looking at yourself that way, and I'm thinking this was somebody you really want to get click with more, so it's sort of at a stalemate in a sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling too, okay, I kind of read it like if it was a new relationship, but also if you are involved with somebody right now and you're just wondering what is up in love, I would just say, it's still a work in progress. And, there are some things that, right, that kind of teeter on the negative. Maybe the both of you are allowing past issues to affect your relations in the present, and that's why it's still a work in progress.
Yes, it could be that. I mean, I don't see anything that's clearly horribly dark.
No.
It's just more like sort of moving around each other on tippy toes, not wanting to hurt each other's feelings, or feeling that one or the other has said something that puts things in a bad light, something like that. So we're going to do a Lenormand and see if it gives us a little more detail. Oh.
Wow. Well, I don't know, E.T. The first card I pulled was the dog,
Aw, look at that.
and the second card I pulled is the book. I don't know. Is this telling me you need to get to know a friend a little better? Maybe this is somebody that you already know that could be a positive influence for you, or somebody that you are involved with now is a true friend at heart.
Side note, I love when your dog wanders through your set and the tail's wagging. So that
I
made me
don't think
of
I've
that.
seen that yet. Okay.
I've seen it a couple times now, so that's very cute. But yes, I get the feeling this was first, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible that it's the other way, that maybe the person that we're thinking of here, the friend, whoever they are, really is loyal, really cares, and maybe they're the ones that need to find out more? That maybe they need to do a little searching there into your situation, your relationship. Maybe it's a new friend who needs to find out more about you.
Or maybe it's finding this person through a friend. If you are unattached and you are looking, maybe some friend will steer you in the right direction.
It's interesting.
It is. Oh, okay, Angel. You did not miss your turn, and we're getting closer. So that's what we have for you, Esoterics.
I hope that helps.
Patton, are you with us, and do you want a reading, or have you flown the coop? I'll give you a second.
Patton said they didn't want one, so...
Oh, okay. So after Patton, then that leaves us with Libra Cusp, if you are here. And then Angel will be after that. January Girl, Gina, Sunny Day, Avinash, Divine You, and then YOLO. You're welcome, Esoterics. Well, that's very
You are
nice of
welcome.
you, Angel.
I know the feeling.
He does take care of me.
I make the donuts. I mean the coffee.
Yes, I get coffee every morning.
That's because I have to have it.
It really is kind of self-serving, but it's okay. It works for me. And he's made me breakfast on more than a few occasions on my work at home days here, which has been really nice and appreciated.
I want to play that song by Paul McCartney and Wings, the one that he let his wife sing on. Cook of the house.
And then if I'm sitting here working too long, occasionally he'll come down and say, "Are you done yet?" Like, "Oh, yeah, I should be done by now."
Sausage. Now, see, that's something I don't do very often. I like sausage.
But what
She
did you
doesn't.
make today?
What did I make today? I made scrambled eggs with cheese and ham. And then a toasted
English muffin.
Yes.
That we split.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I guess, hey, Libra Cusp, are you here? Want to type the name?
Yes, I'm going to type the name in there. Do.
Might have to put them at the bottom, too.
We'll give them another moment or so.
Just let us know you're here, Libra. Well, I need coffee, but I have my limits. I can only drink so much, and this man, he could drink it all day. He could just drink it all day.
I'd shoot it up if I could.
I think so. But please don't. Oh. All right, I think we're going to move on.
So who's next? It's Angel, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, hey, Angel, I think we've gotten up to you because Libra is not here.
Would you like some cards with your coffee?
You wanted the weeks ahead, I believe,
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you wanted the weeks ahead.
Alrighty.
Let's
So
see
we're going
what's
to use
going
my
on.
Nefertari.
Okay. Get out my other one.
Yes, the IV theory. Every library person I know has a joke about that. I just need a continuous drip.
Well, I'm from the school of library people who need the continuous drip of chocolate. Chocolate.
Does anyone remember Remington Steele, the old TV show?
I love
with
that
Pierce
show.
Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan.
I think his partner's name was Stephanie Zimbalist, the
Yes,
actress.
that is correct.
And they had an episode where she was meeting her sister after a number of years, and it was revealed that they were both chocoholics. It was a very funny moment.
Okay.
Chocoholics. Alrighty, Angel, we have
Judgment
Judgment
reversed.
reversed. Okay.
What else you got?
We have the Six of Swords upright. And we have the Five of Coins.
But it's reversed.
But it's reversed.
Wowzers.
Okay, so Judgment reverse may indicate that some decisions or situations have kind of turned around on you. Some of this may just be that you've really changed your mind about it. It's not like somebody decided something differently, but maybe you yourself have received new information. It may relate to more lofty matters, maybe not, but it seems to me like you've changed your mind about some of this. And partially, I think that's because a lot of this involves really you having to do more time thinking about it, possibly being isolated to some degree. We're all isolated right now, but really spending more time in a mental state, I think, and that's what you want for yourself, is maybe to be able to have some time for that. But the good news is apparently is that this may not be a long-lived situation. That the Five of Cups tells me that maybe
That's not the Five of Cups.
Whoops, I'm sorry. You're right. It's the Five of Coins.
Reversed.
I'm sorry. So, well, I don't think I can put a totally negative slant on that either. And it's just maybe talking, though, about certain problems that maybe are depressing to you or possibly even have an air of oppression. It may be about workplace situations, you're worried about them and stuff like that. But the overall sense I'm feeling here is that you really need to plan this and think a lot more about where you're going, how you're doing it. Banshee?
Well, I'm going to veer off a little bit from what he has said. Maybe not. We'll see. But I think that when I'm looking at that Six of Swords in the middle of these two cards, what I'm seeing here is your willingness or your wanting to move away from feelings of lack, from feelings of unhealthiness, maybe some unhealthy behaviors, some feelings of maybe poverty or lack, or feeling that way, whether it's true or not, like you don't have enough. And also, the Judgment card reversed is a feeling of problems. Oh, it's our
Just keep
computer
going, yeah.
again. I swear June is going to be the month I do get the new computer, I hope. So at any
Expect a button for donations after that.
or before it might happen. But at any rate, I think that basically Judgment 2 is saying too, you want to veer away from the things in your life that just bring, bad negativity towards you, like bad karma. Judgment is about karma and lessons, we need to learn. And so when it's reversed, it's kind of on the negative side. But you want to, I feel with that in the middle there, the boat, you want to kind of move away from all of that as much as you can. And you're looking towards a better attitude, a better positive direction for your life. It's not necessarily work related. To me, it might be more personal, internal, or spiritual in some way, if that makes sense to you. But let's see what the Lenormand can add to this, huh? I used to love Remington Steele. I did. And
It was a fun show. We didn't pick up on it right away the
No.
first season. I think we got in a season or two later. And that one character actress, Doris Roberts, just love her to death.
Doris Roberts.
She's so funny. It was a very classy show. And it launched Pierce Brosnan. It really
Yes, it
launched
did.
him. Yes.
Yes, it did. Little crush the Banshee had on Pierce Brosnan, she'll admit.
I hated him for that. Or her. Or something. I don't remember.
So anyway, look at this, Angel. We have the path. We have the crossroads. We have decisions that need to be made. And we also have the bouquet, which seems to me to reinforce the fact that, if this is what you're thinking, if this is where you're aligning yourself, your intentions, it's very positive and a very rewarding path for you.
I think so. And I'm just picked up a sense of numerology. I don't know if this is connected to your prosperity or money situation, but I just looked at 9 and 22 and said 31, 4. And of course, I get that Jupiterian money vibe there. So I'm thinking if any of this is about your path moving towards changing your prosperity outlook or working on that, I think it's a good sign. Do what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I think that's what we have for you. But I think that, yes, the choices you make, and that's, I guess, this, the path card is not just the crossroads card. They're really reinforcing that in this deck here. But it is also about decisions. The decisions that you make will, if they're sound ones, will lead you towards the rewards you're seeking.
Very
It's the
good.
best basic way I can put it. And that's what we have for you today, Angel. Good luck with that.
Thanks for dropping in.
And January Girl, you are up. And after January Girl is Gina, Sunny Day, Avinash, Divine You, YOLO, and Libra Cusp.
You are welcome.
All right. You're welcome, Angel. Okay, January girl, there you are.
Uh-huh. How do you want to do that? Let's choose one
So
of your
this
decks.
is hypothetical in that you're just looking at job ads. It's making you wonder if you should uh, go a different direction than the one you're in now. How do we want to do that?
I almost wonder if we want to do a 3-card and then maybe a yes or no for the second part.
What's the second part again?
Will any possibility work out, or am I better off pursuing real estate?
Oh, okay. Let's do 3 cards and see what we get. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And she's looking at long term. We'll use this deck this
Sure.
time. Okay.
It's really rough right now. A lot of the questions we get here or elsewhere are about, people who are saying like, well, am I going to get a call back? And, in the olden days, quote unquote, it just seemed like, HR departments, that was like, they would totally take care of that. Somewhere in the last year or so, I applied for another job within my city structure and I never got any notice back from it. And I was really perturbed about that. I really thought that was rude. They're probably just tired of me trying to get out of my position and into another position.
Okay. I'm ready. Did you shuffle? You did not yet.
No, because you held them.
I'm sorry. Wanted to...
Yeah, it's worse now. It really is worse now.
It is tough right
January
now,
girl.
for sure.
I'm really fortunate.
So it might
that
be something you'll have to think about more in the end and try when, conditions are improving if that's what your choice is. But let's see what the cards have to say about this.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure academia is even worse than regular jobs. Already?
It's number 14, which...
Which one?
Okay, the
This one?
6 of Visions. Visions is the Cups, and Boons is the Pentacles. So we have the 6 of Cups upright. We have, and 6 of Cups has really been a theme today, one way or
Yes,
the
it's
other.
happened a few times here.
The Weaver of Boons is the Queen, I believe.
Is that
That's Temperance, I believe.
yes.
Which is interesting that it's a forge.
Well, that's because a forge employs the qualities of heating and cooling, or when you're forging things, that process is about that you temper it, tempering.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
I like this deck.
Yeah,
I really
I
do,
do
but I
too.
have to get used to
So
the
what do you wanna
various
say about that one?
changes in names. Well, you kind of, what was first again?
the 6 of Cups.
Yeah, the 6 of Cups was first. So, and then we have the Weaver, the Queen. Okay, that's Pentacles. It seems to me that it's telling me that your success lies in where you have been, from past successes, from where you have been. So have you always been, have you always been in real estate, or have you been in something before that? Because it's almost indicating to me that maybe your success is going to be coming from something from the past. And,
I know you're waiting for me to jump in, and I'm not ready to.
I'm looking at the boons, and that's where the money could be made for you, I think, because that's the Pentacle card there, and also where you'd feel the most in your element.
Okay, real estate was not a previous thing, if I'm reading your question right. And I think you've talked about this before, G. So you're wondering if any of the ones related that you're would possibly work out for you. And I think that was what we had in mind here with that part of the question. So I'm wondering if maybe, to some degree, these things should be part of your past that you remember, but maybe you're not going to be able to go back there in a way that maybe those things have already been forged. They're already put into being. I mean, that's not necessarily what temperance means, but from the forge point of view, what?
I don't know.
Okay, go on.
I think that the Six of Cups is indicating that there is something that needs to be revisited from the past. Now, she's saying here that she was involved in writing in her past. So I'm wondering if that is somewhere where you would feel a lot of, like you were in your element maybe more than you are now. There's something that you need to revisit from your past or past lessons that were learned.
Well, then another way of looking at it is I was trying to push the forge into a different area, but actually
Well, you could
the
do
forge is being pushed into a different area. A different area.
A different area?
Yes, a different area, which is about forges are creative. This is a creative
yeah,
thing.
that's true.
And
That
people
is true.
like Brigid, the Celtic goddess, she was a forger, and she was also a poet, another form of creativity. So
Well, and writing is so much more than just that. I mean,
sure, absolutely.
there's freelance article writing, fiction, nonfiction, or whatever, whatever path you take it, publicity writing. It's all sorts of forms of writing.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe there is this possibility that something in your past could open up again if you were going to pursue it. I mean, you would have to, pursue it to see if it happens. But I'm actually wondering now if these are somewhat positive.
Yeah, you know what? Because there's a creative bend to these cards. You've
Yes.
got cups, you've got pentacles, which is growth, and you've got temperance, which has an element of that too. The water and the
Yeah,
visionary.
writing is really substance work at times until you break out.
The pay is very poor with writing. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you're right about that.
A lot of people go into it because they love it, more so than they know that they're going to be the next, insert your favorite, Patricia Cornwall.
Well, of course, not that you want to be busy your entire life, but maybe if you find value to it, maybe you could do some writing on the side. Not so much for the income part of it, but just to keep your foot into it and just because it makes you feel good.
Right now, that's how we've looked at this last year for us.
Do I want to do the yes/no before I do this?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. We're going to do a yes/no for you, JG.
About the real estate component, I think,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I think we should. I've got, okay, either hair is in my eye or something. Do you want to shuffle first?
Sure.
I have
Hi,
to-
Elaine.
Hi, Elaine. Welcome.
I think the list is still open. We are in our second and last hour.
Okay. Banshee misses getting haircuts. For sure. And I can't blame the cats on this one. So it is my own hair or an eyelash that got into my eye. All right. Yep, we can get you on there, Elaine. We don't have too many right now, so I think we'll fit everybody in without a problem. What was the question again?
Hold on. Better off pursuing real estate sales.
That's cups. Right? Five of spells. No, it's not. Wands. Oh. Wow, this
Wait,
is
is it
really...
visions? What are visions?
Visions are cups.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that, right. Oh my goodness, this is so bizarre, JG. So we asked specifically if you should continue to pursue the real estate thing, and it is leaning towards probably yes. You have two aces here, and you have the Five of Wands upright, which means to me you're always going to have to deal with the competitive factor. It's always going to be highly competitive for you, but hey, maybe you thrive on that. Some people thrive on that kind of environment, and if you're thriving, go for it.
This card favors people who are more energetic, or it signifies people who are more energetic. And it really says they're competitive, but not in the cutthroat way. There's somebody that really thrives on being competitive, being creative, being moving, energizing. So I think what the card is saying is that if you can match your qualities with that concept, that probably is going to be better for you in the long run, or that you maybe should go back and focus there.
I see what you're saying about that, JG, because it is so up in the air right now. It's really funny because
True.
even before the auto companies came back in our state, our governor allowed the real estate people to get back to work, which I thought was really kind of interesting because I thought, well, how are they going to do this? But and I really don't know much that's been happening in that regard. But yeah, things are really crazy right now for the real estate industry, like like a lot of industries right now.
Here's the thing is, wherever people are with their politics, how they feel about these things, the thing is that this is an existential blow to not only the economy, but our way of life here. And our government, or the governments of the world, are going to have to come up with a better solution. They really will. And I'm wondering if it's just a matter of them getting to that point where they stop dragging their heels and realize that they have to do that.
You're right. The media business is cutthroat too, JG. What I have for you, though, is very interesting. We got the stork card, and we have the rider card, which indicates to me there's going to be news of something new coming your way, whether it's in the field of real estate or something else. The writer is bringing news, and it seems to be news of a change or something. I don't know whether you'll have to make a move for this. Again, I would watch those ads that you're looking at and maybe apply for something that looks good to you. If you're concerned about the real estate business, I will say to you, though, that to me, it seems like, because we asked in the yes no if real estate was where you should go. It does seem you're very good at it, but it is highly competitive, and maybe it's trying to tell you it's going to be that way for a while.
Was this the first one?
Nope, this was.
Okay, so this is the new thing happening.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
You're just looking at all those hearts there.
I know, but he's moving. He's going towards the hearts. He's not
That's
going
true.
away from them. So I just think that it's a matter of hanging on. Everybody hates to hear it. Everybody hates to say it. But that's the thing is everything's very inert right now, and we just have to try to hold on. But I think
Well, and what's funny about that is sometimes the stork can be change of residence. I think that's interesting coming into reading for a person who has worked in real estate. But it also can indicate just change and new birth, giving birth to something new, because we know what storks bring. So maybe
baby storks.
Yeah. So, taking it in the sense of what you're asking about, I expect something new. Some new opportunity might come your way. That's what we have for you, January.
So good luck, and thank you for the feedback. That really helps us understand.
What's the consensus? Well, I would say stick where your heart is, really, and go with it. But you have to look out after yourself, and everybody needs a living. So if things are so tough in the next few years that maybe someday you should ask us about your the profession that you choose and what the outlook looks for that profession for the next year or so. So we can give you kind of an outlook on what's happening there. We could do that instead of something personally to you. That might help you, with making your decision.
And that reminds me, in a few days, we are going to be putting out another edition of the monthly modality message.
That's right.
And these are our unique astrological tarot forecast. It kind of gives you a better idea for each sign how to work your energies and how to apply situations. And it's much more specific to the sign. So we think it's kind of interesting. It took us months to do it, and we only do it once a month. So there you have it.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Okay. Maybe. Why not?
All right, Gina, we will do that for you. And after Gina, if Sunny has come back, will be Sunny's turn, and then Avinash, Divine You, Yolo if they've returned, Libra Cusp, and Eleni. So hang with us, Eleni. A lot of people left the stream, and I put them back on the list, but they may not come back. So we will go
tarot
right to
for
you.
today is about 2 readers, but it's also about 2 options. The people that come earliest seem to get in quickest, and then if you like the other option, if you wait to the end, people seem to disappear, and then maybe you get moved up the list. So it's all good.
Whatever works.
2.
I think, JG, I really do see success for you in real estate, but like I said, I'm just not sure right now where things are headed. And by the way, this is a busy video couple weeks for us because we're going to follow up our latest coronavirus video, which is now up to 60 views, I think. And we are going to delve into some issues in the U.S. to see how certain things are going to function, you know, as we're moving along through this pandemic. We're going to look at specific areas like education and healthcare and all the different things that affect our lives.
MM has joined us.
Hey, Mam. We can throw you on the list. It's short. It's not that long.
Okay, so Gina.
Under 10.
3 of Cups. 2 of Swords.
Wow. Interesting, nice cards. And look at that. Look at that. Well, what would Teresa tell you? You know, Teresa says you should be celebrating you right now. You and, you know, what a logical, clear-headed person you are. So sound in the decisions that you make. And so balanced, you know, and in harmony with things. The Temperance card. I mean, these are some nice cards, a nice card combination here together.
Right. I think that that this is the center one here is that I think that they're just seeing the balance. They're seeing the effective judgment. You know, they say, what do they say? Justice is blind. And of course, in most decks, the 2 Swords does have the blindfold around them. But the idea is that there's a measuredness. There's sort of like a routine that just works. You know, it's like tick, tick, it's clockwork. With the 3 of Cups, I'm just getting what Banshee said about the happiness and that basically you're doing well. I get the feeling like maybe they're going to send a more physical message through a dream or something. I don't know why, but I get that feeling maybe.
Maybe because of what, Temperance there? Do you
Yeah.
see? Yeah, that's possible.
The angel
The 3
thing.
of Cups, besides celebrating you, you know, telling you to celebrate you, maybe she's also trying to tell you she is celebrating you, you know, because she's just so happy to see just what a force you are. A force for good, a force for balance, a force for, you know,
There's interesting things on this card because there's these 3 little cups off to one side of it, but behind the person's head is a swan or a goose or something
I see
like
it.
that.
It's a swan.
So I like that because that, of course, does speak to heartfelt matters, of course, very strongly. And, of course, is she an angel or is she a butterfly or is she a little bit of both? Transformation.
Yeah, that just seems like such a card. I mean, right there, that just looks like such a card of balance, you know? Really does.
This one?
Yeah, the Temperance.
Yeah. And it does typically mean that. So
The sun is rising in the background, which is the fire element, and then we've got the air element represented by the wings, and we have the water.
oh, I'm sorry. That must have been rough. We've had that before in our lives too.
We have
being
so
with
been
somebody.
there. I saw my mom take her last breath. I understand. And I came too late to save my aunt. So I know. The Banshee knows.
I don't think we missed you yet, Divine, so you're good.
Yeah, Divine, I've got you down. We'll get to you. You're coming up soon.
So let's pull a Lenormand and
Sooner than you think, maybe. Yeah, let me pull a Lenormand and see if it could add anything to this, Gina. Beautiful cards, though, really, overall. Uh-oh.
Demby Dem.
Well, maybe I should read them. I don't know why they fell out, but I dropped 2 cards here, Gina, so I feel there must be a reason. I've got the heart card here. And I've got the clouds here. And she wants you to know, I think specifically, that when you are at your low points, when you're feeling really low, because the 6, the clouds, can often be confusion, depression, whatever, call on her love, to get you through. She is there for you. And that bond between the two of you is very strong. And so I sense a lot of love there, and she just wants you to know that she is there with you when the clouds are out.
As she looks at you with love, she pulls you through
Oh,
the
wait a
dark
minute!
clouds to the light. What?
I'm throwing it up in the air. I'm totally wrong. Totally wrong. Remember, I'm just getting used to this Lenormand deck here. This is number 28. This is the Gentleman card. So, and this is the Clouds card. And so now I am right about the Clouds card, which is usually depression and gloom. And I don't know why these two have fallen together in the way that they have in this reading. But maybe she recognizes that you're unhappy right now, without somebody in your life. Or was there somebody that maybe, is it Tracy? Had some issues with, a man in her life?
I don't know.
I apologize for that. Momentary lapse there. Wow, it sounded good what I was saying before, but it's not quite right.
I'm not sure, because I want this to be Aunt Tracy saying, you'll move through the clouds to the light.
Well, like I said.
Aunt Tracy's sending a guy to tell you that. Maybe, or somebody.
Oh, well, yeah, that could be, I suppose. She might recognize, too, that maybe there is some confusion about, somebody in your life. And I don't know if this is maybe some family connection that she's referring to, that there is some sorrow or depression related to a man, that she is aware of this. I mean, that's another possibility I'm throwing out there.
So she was your niece and you were her aunt. And it's funny because I had an aunt who died at 27. I never met her. She was a little older than my father, Loretta, and my sister is named after her. But she died like that at the age of 27. She just died like that. Brain hemorrhage.
That's what we have, Gina. I know that was a little confusing with the Lenormand. I hope you can make some sense of that. But that is just beautiful right there. Right there. Can't say more about it.
Yeah, these karma cards are really cool. They have some intense images, and they really provoke me to see some things that I don't always see with the other decks. So, Aww.
Aww. So, Sunny Day, are you back? Because if you're not, then it's going to be Avinash's turn, and then Divine You, Yolo, Libra, Cusp, Eleni, and Am. And there's some question whether Yolo and Libra Cusp have come back. So, like I said, we might go through the list a lot faster, so stick with us, people who are here. All right, Sanjib, I know you were here once before. I'm going to put you on the list today and see if we can get to you. You're going to be at the bottom, though.
We think we can get to you, though.
Yeah.
So just hang in there.
It'll be towards the end of our broadcast, which is 4 o'clock, but we will be getting to you, I think, today.
Right. We have about 35 minutes or so, a little play with that.
And I think a number
40.
of the people in front of you have left the stream, and we might be able to go faster through our list.
So we're looking for Sunny again?
Last call for Sunny D, who I don't think is sticking with us today. She's usually good about responding, so...
Yeah, maybe they had to go.
Yeah, I think she has some other things she does on Sundays now. Hey, Avinash.
All right, Avinash.
It's your turn.
Here we go.
I see your message. What messages are there for my future? Okay, let's take a look. I could use... Back to my Cyril Marchetti. And not only is our monthly modalities video coming out soon, my soul stories about dreams and dreaming will be coming out this week. And also on May 23rd is a special story. I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it's a soul story in its own way because it's how certain things that happen to you in life maybe happen for a reason and they change your life forever. And I feel that my life got changed forever because of a few things that I had gone through as a child. And I'm going to share that on the day that my father passed away, May 23rd. Okay. Holy moly. Well, it's not all great, but you have a theme here. There is the 10 of coins reversed. And then you have the 9 of coins reversed. And then you have the King of coins upright. So for some reason, it looks like what you have to focus on, what messages there are for you in the future is about resources and money in some way. It could be tied to family. It could be tied to your own management of those resources. You've got all 3 pentacle cards here, which is definitely earth energies and money and physical possessions and maybe real estate or property.
Materialistic matters are really important to you right now.
Yeah.
It may be possible that there's something going on either in a family situation or a group of people who are dependent or work together to provide security or materialistic things for each other. That may be in question right now. It may be that there's some financial problems for somebody. If you're in a situation where maybe there are shared resources in a family, that kind of thing, it may be that there's some knocks to that, there's some blows to that. With the 9 of coins reversed, it may also indicate to, I'm wondering, did you recently have to move back home, or did you recently have to move in with other people to kind of solidify your being able to take care of yourself? Like, just because for security's sake you needed to share resources. Are you laughing at
No,
me?
it was something else, but no, seriously, it was something else. But the 9 of coins maybe also could indicate to me that maybe you're just unhappy with your present living conditions. So I was going to say that as well. So if you feel that way, or you're just unhappy with something to do with, your resources again. And the King of coins indicates to me, though, that, you have the ability to manage things better. Let me see what you have to say. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's interesting. It seems like, or there is somebody who can help you with that. Get a hold of your finances or your resources and steer you in the right direction.
Well, I'm wondering if it's possible that, do you think you are, I'm wondering if it's possible you're going to reunite. I get the feeling like that maybe is possible. I don't feel that strongly, but to me, I'm wondering if maybe that's what that represents, and it seems favorable.
Yeah, that's the most favorable card of the bunch here. So I feel that...
unless, of course, you don't want to, reunite with him. I'm not sure,
Well, and I don't know if it's about that or not, but it's somebody who might be able to help you get back on your feet again in some way. And let me pull these cards and see. I see we have somebody else named Anna.
Anna?
You'll have to hold that question, Anna, because we'll ask you later. And I am not totally sure we can get to you today, but I'll put your name down, and that's the last name we will be taking today.
Right, because we still have a number of people to get through, Anna. But
we
thank
might
you.
be able to get through to you, though, because I think some people have left the stream that are on our list.
Yeah, I wanted to take that back, Avinash, because I'm not entirely sure that is about that. I'm not going to say it's not about that. I don't see anything that's more...
Right, there's nothing that indicates that to me there.
Oh, yeah, we're sorry, Sonny. You might still have a chance at the end. We'll see.
Yeah, you passed up the second time I had you on the list, Sonny. I'm sorry. Well, I want to leave you with some good news, Avinash. That your path ahead, I got the crossroads again, and I got the sun first, and then the crossroads, which is the path, basically, which is also about decisions that you make. I do believe that some decisions that you make, or that maybe somebody helps you make, like that King of Pentacles there, will put you on the path towards success and brighter days ahead. So I do feel the future outlook is very positive, but you're going to have to work through some stuff. Obviously, this is still a very difficult time for you right now. And I think that's what those 3 cards are picking up more than anything, the tarot cards.
I think that with the pathway and the sun, this is saying you really need to work within the structure you have now with your family. Try to be as helpful to them and try to show that you can all work together to get all of you through what must be really hard times right now. But I do feel like with Banshee that there is some success coming to you, at least better times. And it's by sticking with this path that I believe you are on now.
And here's the situation that sometimes happens when we draw tarot cards, and what I think, Sunny has come, and what I think might have happened here in this case, oftentimes the cards, you may ask about where your future's heading, but sometimes the cards have a mind of their own, and they're talking more about what you are enduring right now. And I think what we have here is a little bit of that, which is leading off into the future yet a bit. But it's also, I think, these cards that are indicating to me where things are heading. So keep that in mind, Avinash, and keep hope alive, because I think things are going to get better. And good luck.
Sunman has joined us.
Yes, the Sunny Cat is here. Welcome, Sunny. So, Divine You, guess what? You are up. And then after Divine You, if Yolo has returned, Yolo will be read for. Libra Cusp, Eleni, Am, Sanjib, and Anna. You're welcome, Avinash.
Thank you, January girl. And I always feel for ages when I read the cards that there's a healing thing going on. I've decided to start considering myself a folk psychologist. Because I don't have a degree.
That's dangerous. I would not use that. And should we put our disclaimer back up when you say that?
Oh, well, wait a minute.
We do not have psych degrees. However, I did minor in psychology in my undergrad degree.
I don't know too many psychologists that do spells either, but we don't do spells here a whole lot, so there is that.
I'm trying to remember which one I really emphasized. I minored in psychology. I think I was really into developmental psychology a bit when I was... when I did my minor, but I was fascinated with psychology. I just don't have the mathematical brain for all the statistical work and different things that they do, that scientists do. Kind of, sad, because I really fascinated with medicine and psychology.
Sunny is playing with the gloves that I ripped off.
All right, so we are up to Divine You. Where are you, Divine You? There you are. Will you get a salary raise? Well, that sounds like a big yes-no to me. Do you want to use this deck again or a different one? Use yours.
Yeah, we'll use my Karma Tarot.
Okay.
And Sunny did join us. Gina or somebody was sure they were going to come, so you were right. Whoever that was, Merwin, I don't remember.
I think it was Gina. I think.
We are your friends.
Why, thank you, January girl.
We always look forward to doing this. Sometimes we're a little tired, but then we start doing this and
there are many times, I'm going to say this as an old fogey, that I have knocked social media and looked at some of the negative things that have happened since the advent of social media and really held back from a lot of it. But, this is some of the good that social media can provide. In its best scenarios, it can really do great things. But of course, like everything, it's how you use it and how you choose to interact with it and interface.
How about if you cut them and put them back, or if I cut them and put them back?
I can, if you move the camera, I can cut them there. The little obstacles my cat brings, but I love him.
Can I still let you pull them?
Yes. This is
This
the
is
yes,
the
no,
or
right.
Mhm.
All right.
Here we go, Divine. Son, man.
He says, enough of reading for these people. What about me? Is that the Emperor? That is the Emperor. Well, this
Yes,
is really
Osai.
interesting, Divine
Wow.
You. I've got a leaning towards no. And it's interesting here
However,
because I have the Hanged Man upright. We did get the Ace of Wands as the deciding ace there. And then we have the Emperor, which in this deck is Osiris.
why? Imagine that.
So, gee, it seems as though maybe, I don't know. It's, this seems to be tied into leadership in some way. Is it indicating to me, these are positive cards, but if I had to give you a reason why you're maybe not getting the raise, is because maybe leadership does not think you are doing enough yet to justify that. No matter how you see it, they may be looking at it differently.
Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think it's leaning that way because I think what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, we can't really afford to do that, but we'll give you some extra responsibility because they're going to ask you to just make this sacrifice and they'll remember that in the future maybe. But that's what the Osiris is being in charge here. So I'm thinking like they want you to have more responsibility and maybe they might feel like they can give you a bump up, but you would have to do that is what I'm thinking.
Well, I concur with that. And that was the other thing that was actually on my mind. I kind of had two ideas. I knew it. Two ideas going here. Is he playing with the spider?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. There's your best laid plans.
No, I like this. I like this. And the walls came tumbling down. We'll have to put this on YouTube as a
See,
special
Angel,
segment.
there's just no way to, work around the cat. No matter what he tries, we just can't do it. So at any rate, the other thing, Divine You, is yes, I have to agree with him that management, expects like, well, they want to raise, then they need to step up more. You need to give more, you need to do more, even if you feel you have been doing enough. And I would say, try to put yourself in that mindset. Try to do more things that the leaders will take notice on like that. And let me see what the Lenormand has to say.
Probably all of us are, and it's really bad for people who can and should be able to make more and do more. I think it's insidious because I really think what's going on is something that's been going on for 10 or more years. It's called profit maximization. All this wealth hoarding, I don't know what the actual reason is, but it is real, and they are trying to hoard as much money by taking it away from the worker.
All right. Well, or from positions and making everybody work harder. I would agree with that, Mr. O.
Well, an analogy for Hollywood is that sometimes a movie star or TV star in a show can't get any more money, and so then they offer them director credits. Like, well, if you direct this episode, you'll have your name on there, and so it's like it's I don't know what you would call it, but it's in lieu of getting paid for that, they're giving you some experience.
So I have the Tower card here in the Lenormand, and I have the Tree. So it's kind of interesting to me. I'm almost feeling that, I don't know where you work. I don't know if you work for healthcare, which sometimes could be indicated, I feel, by this, because the tree is kind of a card of health, and that's like an organization or institution. But what it could mean to me is that, that maybe in time you will grow into, their favor over time, and the raise will happen. But I don't see it as happening right now. I sense that there's still a growth process involved in this, and that in time they will come around.
Yeah, factors don't seem well for right now. I think it's just a matter of growing with it. And sadly, other things may happen. I mean, you may come across a better opportunity and you would not be unwise to consider that. So, probably the answer is not immediately. It's more likely that they might try to give you a promise that maybe they could if you did more. That's what I'm seeing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, hang in there, I would say. It doesn't, I didn't see anything indicative here of abandoning ship yet. But that may be something you have to consider someday. Everybody should get what they feel they're worth. And if they are truly deserving, of course. I would say that. So, Divine You, that's what we have for you today. Thanks for waiting. And Yolo, did you join us again? Because if you did, you are up. Oh, Vanita, I don't think we can get to you today. I'm sorry. We've kind of closed off the list now.
Yeah, we're in our last 20 minutes or so. We have a number of people to get through, so we don't think we're going to be able to do that. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't think
You're
Yolo
welcome.
is back, but I'm going to hold out one more second.
Yeah, I typed their name in too.
Okay, I see that now. I got the delay, I guess. It just came up. Hey, Libra Cusp, are you with us?
Libra Cusp.
I don't think they have returned back either,
Okay.
as I don't recall seeing them. You're getting really close now, Amy. I'm hanging there. I know you're here, Sonny, but I had closed the list off. I might be able to get you in after Anya because you were on the list already, but I'm putting you at the bare bottom there because twice we called you. So we'll see if we can get to you. Hopefully we can.
Okay, who's next then?
And that's why, Vanita, I can't get to you because you were not on the list previously. Eleni, you are up. It is your turn.
Yeah, we should be able to get to you, Sonny. We're hoping so. Just hang in there.
Sun Man. Okay, about a specific. Okay, let's do 3 cards on that. Do you want yours or it's mine, right? Oh, by the
well,
way,
my
I
deck's right
have
there,
your
so.
Karma Tarot here. You might want to take that back since Sunny is hogging all my real estate. Speaking of real estate.
He likes that spidery web over there.
I think he's going to go for that again because it keeps kind of moving. As I shuffle here, it's shaking it.
Sun Man.
I was doing my cards.
Oh, well
So
then I
wait.
won't do mine.
I moved them. I just wanted to give them back
It's
to you.
okay, it's okay.
Alrighty. Here you go. Good job.
Indeed.
Have the 8 of Cups upright. The 4 of Pentacles reversed. And the Page of Swords upright. Well, Elaney, I'm seeing somebody. The Eight of Cups upright is somebody who's thought of moving on or moving away. The Four of Pentacles reversed is letting go of something as well. They almost seem to go together there somehow. And the Page of Swords to me is about decisions or, what do you say?
Well, the Page of Swords is usually about trying to refine yourself to being diplomatic and strategic in a certain sense. So what I am wondering...
So the letter might have been taken as an attempt at that.
The message, okay,
Yeah.
right. I am sort of feeling like there's an ambiguity between these cards and like maybe...
I thought they fit together, but go
Well,
ahead.
they fit together, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking it provides the idea that there's some soul searching going on, that they sort of feel like they're changing gears or they're rethinking values or goals or things. So I'm feeling there's a bit of that there too. Maybe they've been feeling like, okay, maybe I have been non-committal, so maybe it's time to be more committal. This is about being diplomatic in that. So it could be that no matter what they really feel about it, they want to be diplomatic, they want to be responsible, they want to be not a douchebag if they need to basically really explain where their feelings are at, if that's what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, and just because the Eight of Swords is movement away, that could be movement away from something else. So in other words, it seems to me maybe this letter has put them in a position where they're about to make a move of some sorts. But I can't really say for certain if that's moving towards you or away from you or closer to you. And they're letting something go. Like they're letting something go that they've been holding on to too tightly. Whether it's bad feelings or whether it's something they just need to release.
I actually think, Elaney, that David is the Page of Swords in this, that he's the one who's trying to be strategic. And it may be that he's having a hard time putting a voice to what he wants to say, no matter what that is, whether it's something you want to hear or whether it's something he's not really sure how to say. But I think that that's him, that he's trying to find his voice. And I think he will, but I think it involves these things where maybe you could try to help him clarify his thinking in some ways, because to some degree, I get the feeling like there is a sense that he doesn't exactly know how to take all this stuff in, but he wants to be more strategic and tactful about it. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, I definitely think you should consider that, but I, for some reason, felt that was you, that he viewed the letter as a diplomatic attempt by you or strategic attempt by you to,
Well, I was just going
communicate
because it was
your
really,
intent.
because the question was, how did David feel about the message?
Right,
So
and that's why I'm thinking that he thought that letter or that message was a strategic attempt.
Duh. I think she's right. I think you're right
Well,
too,
I
lady.
think you could be right too. That's why, we're here together to give you some possible ideas here. And, only you will know what really resonates there, Elaney.
So we're going to pull a Lenormand's?
You know what, Elaney? I hope I have some positive thing to tell you here. Because, look, I drew the Clover. That's the first card I drew.
And that's luck.
And then I drew the Rider. So I almost feel like maybe this is talking about your letter, that your letter maybe it was a good thing one way or another that you sent this letter. That I think it was fortunate. Because regardless of the outcome, whether it's something you want or not, it's going to cause something to happen that needs to happen.
Well, and these are both actions. They're both moving in directions. They may be moving in the same direction or corollary. This is the person who directs action, who is moving towards being action. So you're right. I'm thinking that your letter is possibly going to spur some action.
I think the timing was right. Because the Clover is about timing, fate, and luck. So that's very fortuitous. And just the writer is about news. There is another card that's more specifically a letter, but I just feel that you're doing that. This is very apropos to what you did. So good luck with that. Hey, Dr. V, welcome. Thanks for joining up. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello.
What happened?
I dropped a pen, but I have another.
Okay.
So that's what we have for you, Eleni. Hey, Am, you are up, as we've got 10 minutes left in the stream, and we're going to try to fit everybody in that we can. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So, Am, your time has come. Ah.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, whatever happens, I think it was the right thing to do for you, because one way or another, you're going to learn something from this, or you're going to be able to know where things are headed.
Right. Resolve the ambiguity here. So we're still waiting for Am. I know you were here a moment ago.
I know, Am. Did you type the name?
I will.
They didn't happen to post their question, did they?
I'm going to go back. Okay. I know how many more
You're
are
welcome,
ahead of them.
Eleni.
Maybe they had to run off because it looked like they were wondering how many more were still in front of them.
Yeah, that could be. Well,
I put it in there, so let's give it just a few more seconds and then let's try to move on. You're welcome, Eleni.
This week is a busy, busy week for us.
So, whose turn is it?
Okay. Well, after Am is Sanjib. Hey, Sanjib, are you with us still?
Sanjib?
It is your turn finally, so post your question and we'll get right to you.
Okay, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay. We'll
So
see what
sort of a
comes up.
general-ish.
We'll see if that comes up. Do you want one of yours or mine again?
Yeah, let's do one of mine. I'm going to do Navigator again.
All right. Just going to do a little tidying up here. Got it. You gonna try that again? Good luck.
I have.
I'm gonna pick up the cards
Okay.
so it's easier. You can put them out there.
Okay, Sanjib. Our first card is the Star. Maybe.
I'll do that, Dr. V.
The next card is the Ten of Wands, which is oppression, it says. And then the final card, is another 10. It's the Ten of Swords.
But it's reversed.
It's reversed.
Which is the best way to get that card. So I sense here that there might be some hurts, some feeling of hurt or sorrow that is, now is done with, I would think. The star, the first card we got, is a very, very hopeful card, Sanjib. There's a lot of hope and we'll be returning if it isn't already.
It is about
Optimism.
transformation in a way.
And
That's
yeah,
your
it
question,
is.
yeah.
That is very true. And also the 10, now the 10 of Wands indicates to me that there have been a feeling of, like the card says, it's oppression or burdens. Like you've had a lot on your mind and on your shoulders. You feel like you've been bearing a lot right now. That it's been a heavy load, either mentally, physically, emotionally, that you might have been carrying. But it seems as though things are on the mend and definitely on the upswing.
Right, I agree with both of those. I'm going to move on to the Ten of Swords reverse, though. And this seems to me to indicate that if there's anything that's been really bad, really, hurtful, this is reversing probably quickly, too. That it just seems to me like along with this energy of transformation comes the idea that somebody is really going to stop the bad things they may have been doing, or somehow the Ten of Swords reversed. Somehow you're going to win in some situation where maybe you were really being oppressed.
Did you read?
What?
Did you read?
Okay.
Well, I could sense that, and it's really interesting because we got two cards that are cards of kind of a weariness. Like the Ten of Swords is kind of a card of recovery, but it shows that a person feels like they've been through a lot. And then this other card is a person who feels like they're carrying the weight of something. So I do feel that maybe that's indicating that, yeah, you both are hurt, but there is a recovery going on with the star. There is definitely a transformation, and that is positive. I mean, that card is a very positive card.
I think these things are going to be quickly moving into the past for you, and I believe that the star belongs in the center of these to relate to the two ideas of the tens, the forces that we're working here. They are going to be transformed.
Let me pull some Lenormand and see if it gives more light into this for you. I'm glad you were able to make it in for a reading today. We hate to turn people away, but sometimes we just have to stop.
Well, we're getting really close, so it's possible that we might just pull some random cards for each person that's left.
Yeah, ma'am, I see you returned. I'm sorry.
We're
Very sorry. But I put you back down at the bottom, but we'll see how it goes. Well, look at that. We got the star again.
This is another star card, so that's very cool.
And then we have the snake. So what this tells me is that, there's hope after feelings of, abandonment, or that maybe there was some mistrustful situations going on. There's feelings of hope that's trying to return. But the thing is that, to do that, you kind of both have to let go of what's past. What's past is past, and you need to move forward to a more hopeful situation.
The second star card from the Lenormand does indicate a lot of hope. And I'm getting a feeling, an intuition that with this card, the snake here, the lizard, whatever it is, I get the feeling that probably in some ways one of these two things happened. Either one or the other of you hurt each other really badly somehow, or I also believe there's a possibility there was another person, a provocateur, who maybe brought that hurt, that maybe has created some of this tension or problem between you. And I do feel still that they will be going away, that the Ten of Swords seems to show that influence, however that came,
however that manifested,
is going to be leaving. So that's what we got.
That's what we have for you today. Thanks for joining us again. I really appreciate it.
I hope that helps you.
And I hope that helps.
Oh, you heard about us from another channel.
Oh, wow.
That's
nice. Very nice. That was
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thanks
they both happen. Interesting. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Come see us again.
Come see us again anytime. But, of course, remember, we can get you in when we can get you in. Hey, Let's see, we're on Anna. Hey, Anna, are you still with us there? If you are, we can read for you now. Just repost your question. And after Anna is Sunny. And then if we can fit in Am and Dr. V, we can try to do it. You know, at least we'll pull a card for you.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night to you. Blessed dreams. So who are we looking for?
We're looking for Anna. A-N-A.
Oh. We love everybody too. Anna, are you still here? I'm going to type your name in and we're going to see if you're still here for a reading. Don't worry about it, Sonny. We're fine. You hang on too, MM. We are going to do it. And we're still waiting for Anna, so we're going to give them just a few more seconds. If Anna comes back after this, we may just throw one card for them. So let's move on. Sonny, we saw your question. We're going to go ahead with that. Let me pull that back up here.
Yeah, it's I want to know if they're just going to show up at my house so they can talk to me about their attitude.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I think we got to do a yes or no on that one, Sonny.
So we're going to do a yes or no. If they're going to show up or not, see what it tells us with their bad attitude. See what else we can glimmer from that.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Victor, we got that. We will do that.
We will do that for you.
Is that this thing? It's
a Halloween decoration. It's like a tray, but he thought we could brace the cards against it so that Sonny doesn't, sit on top of them.
But now he wants to play with the
but
dangling
he plays
spiders.
with the dangling spiders on it.
Yeah, Libra. We're going to pull one card for you when we're done in a moment with this current reading.
Libra, you actually missed your turn twice.
But you weren't the only one.
I kept putting you on the list, and you're not the only one. So we're going to pull one card for a couple people at the very end here. After Am, you and Dr. V can get one card each. And we apologize, but we did what we could. Here you go.
All right, count them.
Oh, I didn't cut them. I'll count them.
Okay.
Well, it's
leaning towards yes.
It's leaning towards yes. I don't know if it'll really happen for you, Sonny, but it's leaning towards yes. It shows this person as a very accomplished person in some ways. They seem to know a lot. They seem to have a real business sense about them. They might be very creative in how they handle their business affairs. What do you see?
Well, like I said, it's leaning towards yes, so I think there is a possibility that they're going to show up to you. I think they kind of present as better than other people, that they sort of present as maybe even trying to be magnanimous, like, oh, I understand, I don't think that they're necessarily deceitful, but
No.
I think that it's the way they carry themselves that maybe it's just not what you need at this time. It's just going to kind of maybe provoke you a little bit.
It may be part of their... what's the word that I want to... Their image or something, that they project. But it looks like it could happen. It absolutely looks like it could happen.
Yeah, it's leaning toward yes, so I think it will happen because this is sort of a person who feels they're in charge and they sort of feel like they're in charge. So They would do that. They would have no compulsions, I think.
Well, and if they don't come to the home, it might be that they do
Try to get with you.
Yeah, they do try to sort this out or discuss it. That's where it's leaning right now. Let me see if I get anything here. If Sunny will let me.
Allow it.
I think Sunny just seems to know when I'm shuffling the cards here. He says no.
He's laying on part of my deck that's over there. That's okay. He likes my white gloves.
To me, I don't know. I got the bouquet first, which is really a nice card. Like maybe this person's going to say good things about you, because then I got the letter. Okay, so it seems to me that you might get more of a communication to the home rather than a physical presence. So whether this is electronic communication or a physical letter, it seems like you might get some news or a letter that might say good things or maybe conciliatory things.
Yeah, is it possible that maybe this could be unexpected and it's not really what you're expecting from them, and that maybe they're just trying to keep you on the good side, and so that's why this is coming, I think.
Yeah. So that's what we see for that, Sunny. I hope that helps.
Alrighty then.
And we are on Am. Hey, Am. What's your question? Oh, hi, Aunt Kita. We won't be able to get to your reading today because we're just finishing up with our list, but thank you for joining us. And feel free to listen in, and if you want, stop in on one of our next streams.
Right, and we do this twice a week, so you can join us again next Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or next Sunday, 2 to 4. And also, we're daily on Facebook with a one-card reading of the day, so check that out.
And
That's
Twitter.
also on Twitter, too. And thank you for coming. If you subscribe to us, we will send you a notification when we're online.
Okay, Sonny.
All righty, thanks. We'll be looking forward to that.
May I ask you, who am I meant to be this lifetime?
So
some insight.
incarnation,
Okay,
yeah.
we will give you that. That sounds like a great question, Am.
Sounds like a karma tarot.
Well, okay.
Why are you laughing?
If you say, I feel any tarot would do.
Well, there is that.
And I'm hiding one of your decks again. Sonny actually...
I mentioned that earlier. I said you're not going to be able to get back to me.
Is that all of them, or has he still got some there?
No, I have the rest of them over here.
Oh, okay.
That's
funny.
From the card reading. He just sort of lay down, and now he's like, what? What? Hey, Sunman. Sunman.
And now he is blocking my chat completely.
We're still going to pull that card, Dr. Victor.
Hang in there, Dr. V. Am is the last
regular
full reading we have, so everybody else gets one card. Okay, what are they meant to be in this life? Or who? Wow.
You have 3 cards.
About some interesting stuff. The 3 of Cups is reversed. We'll talk about that. The 4 of Cups is upright. And the Hermit is reversed.
Well, the 3 of Cups upright says that to some degree, you will have some emotional back and forths with people. It may be that I'm losing it here.
Well, I can tell you right now what the Three of Cups looks like to me. I would say that it looks as though, and I'm going to combine it a little bit with what I see with the Four of Cups here. It seems like you are meant to take a little more serious tone to your life. The Four of Cups shows somebody who's in deep contemplation, stepping back a bit, and also there's two ways I can look at this, because the Three of Cups is also one that can be of some disappointments or sorrows in the emotional department. So the Four of Cups also shows stepping back and healing from that. So you might go through some cycles of this throughout your life where, you have some emotional disappointments and then you pull yourself back within and you try to come to terms and heal that. And then the Hermit reversed is kind of saying to me, you tend to go your own way a lot with with the way you think and feel. You're not one to really take a lot of wisdom from others, but maybe you should reconsider that.
Right. I sort of feel that too. I mean, I think that's what I got about that was just, something about the emotional problems or situations you might have to deal with. But these two have a relationship to me. The one is about contemplation. The other is maybe post-contemplation in a way, or maybe about...
That's true.
Or maybe about you not being able to contemplate or not being able to share what you've contemplated. So I am thinking that there's a challenge for you in learning how to receive, accept, and maybe share wisdom. And that's what I think some of your life needs to be about, is finding wisdom and finding the best ways to share it with others. And that from that viewpoint, a certain level of your happiness may not resolve around that so much, but that is more or less what your cosmic mission may be.
Yeah, and if I had to look at a mission when I look at these cards, the thing that stands out the most to me might be to heal, because the Four of Cups is about healing.
Yes.
And so, there's something to do with healing here, but I don't feel it's maybe in the psychological sense or, of the word, because of the Hermit reversed and the Three of Cups. I feel, or the emotional sense, I think the healing might involve some physical forms of healing. Like, for example, like physical training or, instructing people on diet and health and exercise, things of that nature.
Things that
are more physical based.
Well, and they also have meaning for a consistent thing in your life, that most people take their health for granted. And maybe you're the kind of person that has some health situations that you need to focus on and really look at it from that point of view, that your health is really the most important thing and you can't necessarily live by the whims of most other people. You have to find your inner wisdom and act from it.
Let me see if the Lenormand can get into something a little more specific. Oh my gosh. I forgot that when I said that.
I forgot it too, but yeah.
And that's why it's interesting because, I feel like it's more physical-oriented healing than anything.
Fascinating. We're going to throw a Lenormand to see if it gives us a little more idea there. Oh.
Well, it does show your studiousness for sure. The first card I drew was the fox. And guess what the second card is? The book. So, you're just going to have to keep nose to the grindstone for a while. It shows that to me that even though there is this issue with taking in wisdom and stuff, you are going to be a long-term kind of student. Your study is going to be a main focus in your life and trying to perfect yourself through your studies.
I agree with that, and I think that too, that what this really represents is that your true nature is a very clever one and is really about expanding your knowledge. So these qualities really are what you are. This is what you are, is to tap into the idea of your own cleverness and see how far can you really take that? What can you really do with knowledge and information?
Just with the Hermit reversed, I would caution you to always try very hard to be objective and keep an open mind, to the knowledge that you receive. And that's what we have. Hopefully that helped you, Am.
Thank you, Am.
And Sunny, I will be checking out that DM. We're going to pull some cards for people. I'm going to get a deck going so we can do... So, okay, Libra Cusp, are you here? I'm going to pull a card for you.
Let's just go through the list anyway, and if they show up, or we can just, that we can always tell them that they're on, they can see it in the video.
So you want me to do Anna then?
Whoever's on the list.
That would be Anna.
Okay. So if you are there, or if you come back, we will mention who this reading is for, the one-carders.
You see, I'm busy here. I can't believe you're doing this. He's literally pushing against me.
Hey. Stop that. He just wants our attention so badly right now.
That's true, Sonny. You can't. All right, so why don't we each shuffle and pull cards? I'm going to have you pull a card for Anna here. So Anna, you missed your reading, but what we pulled for you was the Empress reversed. And so this is a period right now where, things are not, it was reversed. Things are not gelling for you as far as creative. It seems like you're in a little bit of a rut. The things have been a little bit slow moving for you. And, that's just a sign of the times right now, I think.
On a more mundane level, it's possible that you may be trying to have a child and there may be some
there's that.
difficulties there, or there may be the need to wait to have a child. And I know that a lot of people are putting off things like that due to any number of reasons with the current life. So it could mean that as well. Okay, so who am I reading for?
We did read for Sandra. So Vanita?
Vanita?
We're going to pull a card for Vanita.
So if Vanita's there or comes back, this card is for them?
One card, that's all we can do, and I'll pull it from yours. We're sorry, we can't go much further, but it's nice. Vanita, you got the Ace of Cups if you're with us, and the Ace of Cups is a card where this could be the beginning of a new relationship. Some emotional happiness and well-being is about to come into your life, whether it's a relationship or something else.
The key word on this card is immersion, so I think that it's the Ace of Cups. This is just saying immerse yourself in good emotional things, healing things, loving things, that this is what you need to do at this time, or that this is what is coming to you.
And I am going to have you pull a card for Libra Cusp and then Dr. Victor. You'll let me do one from yours. So this is for Libra Cusp. Whoa, we pulled the Four of Cups for you, Libra. And so that means it's time to step back a little bit. Take a break. Take a load off. Do some inner work. Do some healing if you need it. This is time for some R&R.
But it's also about to be aware of what's around you. You are resting. You are thinking about, things that are more calmer. But within your mind are some images floating, and you don't have to choose at all right now. You can merely let them wash over you.
It's very good, because sometimes I do tend to look at the Four of Cups similar that I look to the Four of Swords, and there is a difference. I really do think that maybe you're stepping back because you really need a break so you can sort things out more. Think about the things that are really important to you and how you want to proceed. Things like that.
Is there anyone after Dr. V?
Dr. V is the last.
So we'll
pull one card only for you as a general, Chrissy. We're winding down right now.
Yeah, we're really done, but we are going to do one card for you.
So you pull Dr. V.
Yeah.
Dr.
V, this card is for you, Dr. Victor.
I want to go over here, I think. Got it. Well, Dr. V, I've got Strength reversed right now, and Strength reversed is indicating to me that, you gotta, that things you maybe aren't in top form right now, that maybe you're feeling a little worn out, overstressed, or there might be some little ill health issue going on. So you got to try to build back your strength and vitality and energy.
I'm also thinking, too, that with Strength reversed, this could be indicating to you that there's a problem you've been trying to solve. It may be something that you feel has components of mental, emotional aspects, but also physical aspects, things you have to decide to physically do. This card to me is saying don't apply too much force. If you have to get physical with this, meter that so that it's representative of the amount. Don't go in there with an axe when you only need a fly swatter kind of thing. So if you have to move mountains, move them carefully. That's what I'm thinking this is. And this is about maybe a personal or important question or situation in your life right now.
Wow, that was really good, Mr. O. You're welcome, Am. No problem. And this card is for Chrissy.
And this is our final card for the entire day. And thank you for joining us again, Chrissy. So this is just a general reading for you.
Well, it's the Star reversed. And so, maybe there's a little bit of gloominess surrounding you right now or present or will shortly. Don't give up hope. It's just telling you that you're at a point where you maybe are uncertain and have a lot of doubts about things. But hang on.
I think that the Star reverse could also mean that you are looking for something to inspire you. It's not that you're just hoping for it. You're looking at the clues around you, and you're like trying to see things that maybe give you an idea of something to inspire you. And I'm thinking that because of that, that means that something will flash over you that way, that maybe you'll just be reading a book and one sentence you read will make a difference to you, or maybe you'll be listening to something on the radio and somebody will say something. I'm just thinking some sort of inspiration will come to you, but you have to pay attention to those clues. And I think that it will provide you some hope.
And we have to end it right there. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
It's not a totally bad card. It's just kind of saying that you should be watching the signs around you for something.
Yeah, I mean, it's the opposite, it's the opposite of optimism, but really it's a state of mind. And right now you may be going through some self-doubts or some different things about a path you're on or a relationship or your job, for example. But, don't give up hope is really the message I feel of this card. Hang on.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have for everybody. Take care, as always. Thank you for joining us. We love you all. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.